I'm hoping this one's a bit better, to be honest. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to day one of the 50. I'm probably not going to do all 50, to be honest. It's a weird one, but this is day one. Day one is, if I remember rightly, reflective. So I've gone through my feedback and now we're going to talk about what I want to achieve next year and my 3 goals to get there. And there's a few other bits on the side. There's lots of outtakes and bloopers because this is my first attempt at making a video like this. So apologies if I'm like looking around or not looking into lens all the time, but that's just how it is. So let's head back to the apartment and get started. So when I said my apartment earlier, it's not actually my apartment, it's my girlfriend, so I'm still unsure which key it is. I think it's this one. Oh, I managed to find the right key. There you are, that's a bit better, isn't it? A nice mid-shot. I might try this again with a light in there because I keep catching myself looking in there and I keep thinking it's a little bit grainy. But the sun's out, it's a nice beautiful day compared to this morning when I was filming, which is probably what you've seen before all of this, which was a bit like, come on now, why you gotta do this to me? Anyway, down to the task at hand, it's day one. So day one was to go through my feedback and look at what I got, basically, and to look at what my tutors and my peers have said in the context of my work. And then I was going to pick one goal that I'd like to achieve next year and then 3 pieces of advice to help achieve that goal. So I managed to narrow it down to 1 because a lot of my feedback was either for my academic writing or for my filmmaking. So I managed to find one that kind of encapsulates the 2, and that goal is I want to get better at detail exploration. I want to expand that skill a little bit more. Being able to read in between the lines and research really good pieces of scholarly source to reference in my work. And then in terms of the filmmaking, I want that better attention to detail to be reflected in the finished product, and I want to look at it and be like, oh, I didn't forget that little background with the mise-en-scène, or I didn't forget to put this shot in there for the purpose of the story, because at the end of the day, it's all feeding into the story. Let's get into that actually, let's do that. My pieces of advice, my 3 pieces of advice are as follows. Okay, so my first piece of advice to myself, it's weird, is start as soon as you can. The problem I have is I always struggle to start and I leave it a little bit to the last minutes because I always overthink just the work rather than just doing it. So what I want to add to it in this echoey bathroom is just do it with an idea, make notes, start a reference list, whatever it is, and even if you don't come back to it for like another week or so, or like 2 weeks even, if you're leaving work for more than 2 weeks, I'm going to be very annoyed at myself. You've started, that's the point. I've said it too much now, but yeah, you get the idea. So that's advice piece number 1. So the next piece of advice is story is king, okay? No matter what you are doing, whatever happens is all for the sake of the story. Shot sizes, mise-en-scène, everything. It's not to be flashy, it's not to see who's got the best camera skills. We're studying storytelling. So the next piece of advice that's there is story is king, and always remember that. I don't know why I did that part. I was just doing like a smug like, yeah, future me. Don't be a dick. And my final piece of advice would be more inclusive. You know, filmmaking is a collaborative thing. It's not you gunning it on your own because you want to stand out from the rest. You're still kind of at a level where everyone's not knowing everything, where everyone's a bit unsure of everything. Ask people for help, whether it's, you know, fellow classmates or tutors, or, you know, with work, just have people include in your work. Get them to review what you've written so far. Get them to check over a reference list, or even more importantly, get them to look at what you're doing. You know, show them your ideas, show them early script drafts, like just send them out to people even if you don't know them that well. Just try and include them because a fresh perspective will always put you in better stead in terms of work. And there you have it. That's my goal and my 3 pieces of advice that I kind of give to myself moving forward. I'm definitely probably not going to stick to it. I've written it down, I've put it somewhere, I have this video as evidence, and I think committing to making more like these kind of gives me more of an idea of exactly how tough it is to be on your own, especially for that last point about being inclusive. Trying to do this all on your own was fun, but it was also tricky. Again, as I said earlier on, I'm not going to be doing one for every single day because some of them are just reading tasks and I'm not really in the mood to do book reviews or just sit there being like, oh, I went through my reading list, this is what I found, because, hey. But in terms of evidencing it, you'll kind of just see it, I suppose. And this was a real test, and this is me kind of sticking my neck out here, really. I never thought I'd do something like this. I hope this was somewhat enjoyable. I kind of just mishmashed it together whilst I was left alone to my own devices for a weekend, but it was fun. And I think that's why I'm going to keep doing some of these, especially for this 50 days thing, because it gives me an excuse to just make fun little videos like this. So I'll see you in the next one, if you do want to watch the next one. And to send us off will be a bunch of bloopers from today because I fucked up a lot. I gotta stop swearing, but I messed up a lot. So here they are. Enjoy. Hallelujah. 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 Hi. Shuffle in. What's up? Welcome to this one. Did I? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, let's start this again. And how I want it to look, because this looks kind of boring. It's just me sat on a sofa on a blank, creamy white background, okay? Like, this is like your standard, hey, welcome to the internet setup, but that's what this is. Fuck me. Oh wow, I look very oversaturated, I think. Well, this has been fun.